We are back on PJ Sports Talk, the place to be every Saturday at noon, and it's time for PJ Sports Talk. I usually, I was going to do a Legoland remote, and that is postponed to November, and congrats on their grand opening. And usually, I do my picks later in the show, but I'm going to do them right now because our guests are running late, and the show must go on. Anyway, I have my co-host here, Big Deal Dylan, not Downtown Dylan. I think he's playing his game. And we're going to do some picks here. I'll go with mine first. Started off, we have the Panthers at Falcons. I'm going with the Falcons. I think Michael Turner, he'll be the key. And Eagles at Redskins. I'm going with the Redskins. The Eagles, they just haven't been doing very well. Michael Vick hasn't been consistent enough for me to say, well, I'm going to go with them. I think they're going to win. I'm going with the Redskins on that game. Bills at Giants. I'm going with the Bills. And the Bills, I know they lost one game, but that was only one game. You can't say just because they lost one game they're not good anymore. They're still good. And the Colts at Bengals, I'm going with the Colts. The Bengals, I think that even though Andy Dalton has kind of brought a little energy to this team, Colts, they still have a tremendous defense, and their defense is going to have to help them. And I think Painter, he's growing into a good quarterback. Jaguars at Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers. Jaguars haven't been on they've been on the lowdown. Still have the Steelers, but at least they won some games. So I'm going with the Steelers on that one. 49ers at Lions. I think there's going to be the deciding game for the Lions being undefeated, or, I don't know what's going to happen that game. I think the Lions are going to win it. And Rams at Packers. I'm going with the Packers. The Rams, they have Sam Bradford and everything, but the Packers offense, Aaron Rodgers, Jermichael Finley, Greg Jennings, and all those people. You don't forget the defense. They're really good. They're undefeated too. Texans at Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens. Ravens have a tremendous offense. Joe Flacco, he's beginning to be a great quarterback, and yeah. Browns at Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders. And the Raiders had a big win last game. So that was a week that Al Davis died. And I think they're going to have, confidence going into this and into that game. Saints at Buccaneers. I'm going with the Bucs. Bucs, I have to root for my home team. They're both fairly matched. So there's only one way to pick it. Cowboys at Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots. But the Patriots, Tom Brady, he's one of the great quarterbacks in the league. Vikings at Bears. I'm going with the Bears. The Vikings, they've won one game. One game, though. And the Dolphins at Jets. I'm going with the Jets. And that's Monday Night Football. Yeah. It's a Monday night party. And now it's time for Dylan's picks.
Okay, my picks for San Francisco and Detroit are, I'm going to have to say San Francisco over Detroit today. Because, San Francisco's been underestimated this season. I know Detroit is undefeated, but San Francisco, I think, is going to go over Detroit today. In St. Louis, the Packers, I'm going with the Packers all the way that Aaron Rodgers has been getting to his receivers and the way that B.G. Raji has been playing. I think the Packers are going to go over the Rams today. Atlanta and Carolina, Cam Newton's been doing fine, but he's no Matt Ryan. The Atlanta Falcons, I think, are going to take this game away from the Panthers. And Indianapolis and the Bengals, I'm going to have to say the Bengals over the Indianapolis. Indianapolis might have no wins because Peyton Manning's out this season. Even though Cincinnati's close with their wins and losses, I'm still going to have to go with Cincinnati.
But don't forget, all those games were close.
Yeah, they were. I know Indianapolis is doing good, but I think they'll have the last-minute win for the Bengals. In Buffalo, New York, I'm going to have to go with Buffalo today because Eli Manning's a turnover machine this season. He's struggling, and I just think Buffalo is going to go over them the way that they've been playing this season. With Jacksonville and Pittsburgh, I'm going to have to go with Pittsburgh because the Jacksonville's been struggling this season, and they're just not doing good. Pittsburgh with Dwayne Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, whatever. And then the way he's been getting to Hines Ward and going in there for the red zone, I think the Steelers are going to take this game. With Philly and the Redskins, I think the Redskins are going to take this game away. After Vic got traded there, I think they're going to try and get it right away from Vic. They're going to try and take that ball away from him for getting traded away. It was a good thing that they had Vic, but it wasn't much of a loss. Vic has been struggling this season with the Phillies, and I think the Redskins are going to take this game tomorrow. Houston and Baltimore. I'm going to have to go with Baltimore doing great this season with Joe Flacco and Ray Rice. Houston's doing pretty good too, but I'm still going to have to go with the Ravens. Cleveland and Oakland. I'm going to have to go with Oakland. After they have A.L. Davis's death for their first home game, they're going to have confidence and they're going to try their best because they know that's what he would want. Dallas and New England. I'm going with New England. Tony Romo, he's doing good this season, but he's no Tom Brady. Tom Brady's doing great. He's led his team to a 4-1 count, and I think he's going to help him get to 5-1.
Well, I have something to say about Tony Romo. He just blames everybody for his loss. He doesn't take it like a man. He just goes, "Hey, why didn't you do that? Why did you do that?" So
yeah, Tony Romo's a really bad sport. New Orleans at Tampa Bay. I'm going to have to go with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay underestimated the Lions in their first game. They went ahead and won their next 3 because they knew they couldn't do it. And then they were kind of like, oh, we're so good. And they just kind of fell apart against the 49ers. But I think they're going to come back, have confidence in this game, and go ahead and go over the New Orleans Saints to go 4-2. Minnesota, Chicago. I'm going to have to go with Chicago because Chicago's doing good with Jay Cutler. And I think Chicago's going to have a couple of turnovers over the Vikings because Donovan McNabb isn't doing good this season, and I think the Bears are going to take this game today. In Miami Dolphins and New York Jets, I thought the Jets are going to win it, but I also thought that Reggie Bush would be good for the Dolphins, but the whole Dolphins team is just struggling, and it just went 0-4. Jets are also struggling with a 2-3 count, but I think the Jets are going to take this because they at least have a couple wins. And I think the Jets are going to take this game to go 3-3 and tie their wins and losses. Back to you, PJ.
And this has been a fabulous time working with you and doing picks. What do you think? What do you think is the best pick, the best game?
I think the best game today is going to be the Lions and 49ers because they have close wins and losses. I think that's going to be a really good game today.
And I'm with your brother.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.